My name is Karen Ferries-Yoon, and this is the Cocktail Party Chef. I am the Cocktail Party Chef, and I started my company in 2013 in Brooklyn, New York, and now I'm based in Philadelphia. And one of the items that I've been serving for almost 7 years are mini grilled cheese sandwiches. It's a bestseller. People always order it. Every party. This is my secret. So the two ingredients are it's really simple. So good bread and good cheeses. So a lot of people are gluten-free. I've got gluten-free, vegan. So you always have to expect that someone's gonna be gluten-free at a party. So I like this bread. It's a millet chia bread. It's not bad. It's gluten-free, but for those who are not gluten-free, I like this sourdough bread. Sourdough bread from Fresh Direct. You get it frozen. It's a Pullman loaf. And I like it because it's the right thickness. Thickness is really important because you don't want it too thick, actually. So I like, it's already pre-sliced, so you just defrost it, and I'll show you how you assemble them later. And so as for cheeses, you can't go wrong with cheeses. You want something that's gonna taste good, that's gonna melt well. You can combine two cheeses as well. So I personally like, for my cocktail parties, I always use Fontina. So Fontina is like a semi-soft cheese mixed with smoked Gouda. Smoked Gouda, Gouda is a lot of varieties. You can get it with bacon, you can get it with peppercorns. I just like the basic smoked Gouda variety mixed with Fontina. And these you're gonna have to grate on a box grater for those that aren't, because they don't come pre-sliced. I also like Gruyere as well. My daughter is 4.5 years old. She loves a Gruyere grilled cheese sandwich. Cheddar, you can't go wrong with cheddar. And if you have a slice of American, it's okay, you can put it in. It's like, Edam is also really good. This cheese, brie. And don't limit yourself to just, cheeses. You can add ham, turkey, pesto, mustard. Kind of just forage around in your refrigerator. See what you have, like a sun-dried tomato spread is not bad. A chutney is good, pesto. So these are kind of the basic ingredients for grilled cheese. So now I'm going to show you how to assemble a grilled cheese sandwich. So it's really simple. If you're doing a big batch, like you have like 200 mini grilled cheeses, that's a lot of grilled cheeses, I recommend don't use a cutting board, just use plastic wrap. It just saves on space, you don't need a cutting board. So, and the simplest, so I use Hellmann's mayo, just regular Hellmann's mayo. And that gives it a really good flavor and crunchiness. So that's a great sound, okay. You're gonna lightly spread it, and this is gonna be, you're gonna put this side down actually in the skillet when you're cooking it. But just all the way to the edges. You can also cook it in mayonnaise and brush the side with butter, so you can do the opposite. So we're gonna be cooking these in butter. So let me see, let's do cheddar because it's already sliced. So I'll just do one slice, and this will be like one, and this is bigger bread, so I'll just do 2 slices. That's it. And then you're ready to go. So here we have some finished grilled cheeses. So there's no real tricks to cooking grilled cheese. Of course, everyone's been making them for a really long time. I always use a nonstick pan, and whether you're using a nonstick pan or a stainless steel pan, always preheat the pan. Unless you want, because a food will stick in a cold pan. So you definitely want to preheat the pan until it's warm enough. Add like a couple pats of butter for a couple grilled cheeses. Let it turn golden brown. This is a really perfect golden brown on both sides. And then it takes about like 2.5 minutes. And then you're gonna let them chill in the refrigerator before you can cut them. So I'll tell you a trick that I've done millions of times, because even though I said it's really easy to do, of course, you know, I'm gonna burn something or walk away or something. So if you have one side that's like really like too dark to serve, you can actually remove it. It does totally remove. You can cook another slice of bread with butter and stick it on. And it totally, I've done that a lot of times. So now I'm gonna show you how to cut it. So one sandwich makes 8 mini grilled cheese sandwiches. I like to do rectangles. So these, you definitely want to save the scraps. These are great for snacking on. I serve them to the waiters who pass at my parties. Definitely don't throw away the scraps. So just try to get as many rectangles as possible, you know, just make it as big as possible. So then I cut it in half. And half again. So if you want to do a bigger, like a 3-bite appetizer, this is what you would serve. Totally fine. A lot of people, some people like it, some clients don't like it. They find it too big, but the way I serve it is just right in half. So I get 8 even slices. And then, so there's your 8 slices. Now just another option, if you don't want to do rectangles, so you can do triangles. Okay, so you're just gonna cut this in half, just like that. So not even, because it's fine. Look, you can serve them like this, standing up, or lying down. It's kind of, I like to serve them up because you get some color. So that is how the grilled cheese is made. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways of how to present the same grilled cheese. A simple way, fancy, and artistic. So this is our simple presentation. I said you can, they can go standing up, they can go lying down. And, you know, that's it. And then in terms of greenery, I don't know if I want to do too much. We don't have a lot of space, that's another thing. Another thing, so I didn't talk about this. This is baby kale. It looks kind of, I thought it was cabbage, but when I went to the florist, she said it's baby kale. So you don't have to use the whole thing. I'm just gonna use a few leaves. And you can kind of pull it off like it's Brussels sprouts. And then take a little sprig of asparagus fern, kind of do something like that. And again, so this eucalyptus is really fun. And again, I'm going to take off the leaves, the bottom leaves. Kind of makes it more interesting. And something like that could be, wait, maybe it's a little long. So this could be a simple way of doing your grilled cheese like that. So now I'm going to talk about a fancy way of presenting a grilled cheese if you want to wow your guests. So, same grilled cheese. You can stand them up. But also, another way I'd like to do is on the diagonal. I'm a big on the bias kind of person. I think it looks really pretty. So let's spread them out a little more because we have 4. And then, so I want to just give your grilled cheeses something extra. Little, so it's horseradish mustard. You could use Dijon mustard mixed with mayonnaise. You can use a sun-dried tomato spread, pesto. And if you don't have a piping bag, you can just use like a butter spreader, works well. Just a little dollop on top, and then this is just Italian parsley, something. It looks a little pretty. Something. Parsley would, so this is parsley, microgreens, what else would a chive would work well. You probably don't want to do anything like mint or basil, kind of, it's more fiddling, it gets wilty really quick. So in terms of the presentation, lots of options. I also like using string. This is something I found on Amazon. It's kind of a good neutral color like the eucalyptus. So I'm not sure, we haven't used any of these. This is kind of fun. Small fan. Kind of we can use also this thing I have here. So some palm fan. This dianthus I like to clip at the bottom like that. Takes up a lot of space. And then sometimes it's a little bit too big, so I'm gonna put it in like that, but it's not finished. Okay. And then, I don't know. This is just kind of something that I started, like pulling out the petals kind of makes it more attractive. Okay. And then you can use this baby kale. What haven't we used? Some sage leaves is pretty. I don't know, my style for presenting things is just kind of whimsical. It's nothing kind of random, nothing perfect. Gravalia, this is something that you need to almost get the day of the event. It almost turns hard like rosemary almost, but it's fun to use because, okay. So height is always good when you can present things. Height is always a good thing. So have some height, and this won't stay in, but, so I don't know, let me see. And then I have no particular way of presenting. Sometimes I don't use to tie it. Sometimes I just kind of just present it like this. The string doesn't have to tie anything actually. So something like that could be very pretty for a fancy presentation. So now I'm going to show you how to present something artistically. So these are my signature white platters, and I get them from CB2. And the waiters always, whenever they are staff for my party, they're always like, they're prepared because they know this is a little heavy. And when they're going around and people are talking a long time, they're like, oh my God. But they don't mind because they're so pretty. So this is kind of my signature style. This is something, I think I saw at Terrain. I kind of pick up these kind of random things everywhere where, you know, when I travel. This is from Simon Pierce. It's a kind of a bone, and it's for like a napkin holder. So I'm gonna incorporate this, and this is something I think I got when I was traveling in Ireland, a copper little dish. So kind of present it like this. So I'm gonna do the food presentation first, and then I'm gonna do the grilled cheese. So we have a bunch of things to work with. So I'm gonna go for something that's tall. Just kind of put stuff in here. Things to keep in mind when you're presenting food with greenery is that you don't want anything to be too close to the food, obviously, because you don't want people will pick up kind of like, you know, if they don't think it's like they're gonna pick it up. So you want to just stay away from like the food a bit, and be attractive, enticing. When waiters have to go upstairs or something, you have to think about it so things don't wobble over and stuff like that. So this is the Dusty Miller, the eucalyptus. It's kind of furry. So we're gonna put this like this. We didn't use any rosemary. It's kind of fun. The magnolia. Okay. And you don't always have to use a whole leaf. You can always like cut them in half too. Yeah. And that's kind of just a suggestion of magnolia. We also have just dianthus, which is really fun that we use for the fancy. This, I just love using baby kale. And I'm kind of just gonna put, just kind of float them in. Asparagus fern. What else haven't I used? Gravalia, this kind of thing. Okay. And then I think I used most everything except for a eucalyptus. So you can see I've used maybe like 7 different kind of varieties of greenery. A lot of this is seasonal. The baby kale is definitely seasonal. The dianthus you can find all year round. This is a really delicate green. I always get it the day of the event because it really dries up. It doesn't look great the next day. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. So the way that it's gonna be presented to the guests is like this will be the back and the food will be in the front. So in terms of presenting the grilled cheese, we have our triangles. So just do like 2 rows of triangles. Like so, I'm gonna face them this way. So I get asked a lot of questions about if you have meat eaters and you have vegetarian eaters in the same item, what can you do to distinguish them? So I'm gonna put bacon, just a bacon strip on top. You could even use some of this to seal it if you want, yeah, make it stick. Okay, this, and then, so the waiter will say, oh, this is for the meat eaters, the bacon. Then for the vegetarian ones, we're gonna do, I have a chive. That's what, so just nice chives, and they can go like that. Or you can do parsley, whatever you like. And that is the artistic way of presenting grilled cheese. Thank you for watching The Cocktail Party Chef. To get in touch with me, go to my website, cocktailpartychef.com, or I'm on Instagram at The Cocktail Party Chef. Thank you.